This is Matt Peg, and got Panama Jack with us here today. And we wanted to talk to you about the first of our 4 lessons about stop. Remember what those was from last week from the video? Stop, think, organize, plan. And the first word is stop. And as you could say, Peg and Panama Jack here is sitting on the word stop. And they wanted me to teach them about stop. And I asked them to be in the video, and we're just going to talk to you about it. When you're out in the woods or in the desert and you're hiking or you're camping, sometimes we're in unfamiliar territory. You can get up into some trails somewhere, or you can be just having such a good time and having such a fun time that you don't even think about where you're at or what you're doing. And sometimes people become lost because of it. And in this case here, what do you do when you're lost? And while we're talking about being in the desert or being in the wilderness, we're also talking about depression. What do you do when you're lost? When you don't know what to do, and where do I go? Do I go left? Do I go right? What do I do? Because when you suddenly realize you're lost, your mind takes off so fast that you'll be thinking all kinds of things. You'll be like, oh my God, I don't have food, I don't have water. What about my family? What about my friends? And your mind will go crazy because your adrenaline has just picked up and has just gone nuts. So, what do you do? Well, the first thing you should always do is stop when you know that you're lost. You should just plain stop, which means don't move. Don't take another step. Don't make another move. Sit down and think about what's going on. You have to calm your mind. I want to read you a scripture from the Bible. I want you to listen to this, and I'm going to explain to you what it means and what we're talking about. It's Proverbs 19:27, and it says, "Cease, my son, to hear the instruction that causes to err from the words of knowledge." Now, what does that have to do with stop? Well, because when your mind starts going 1,000 different directions, you'll start hearing all kinds of things. I should do this, I should do that. You start hearing voices, and those voices will distract you from what you know to be the right thing, or to be using knowledge. It'll turn you away from using knowledge in order to help solve your problem. Having a fast-running mind is the worst thing you need. So when you stop, not only are you stopping your actions, you need to stop your thinking. You need to slow all that down. I want to tell you a story. Do I know what I'm talking about? I do. Many years ago, I was hiking in the desert in Joshua Tree National Park, and I was in a region of the park called the Wonderland of Rocks. I had a map. I was following the directions on a map to go find a popular watering hole because I wanted to see if I could catch any animals that came in there, not realizing what I was getting myself into, how quickly things can go wrong. And everything that could go wrong, had the potential to go wrong. When I got up in there, I found the watering hole. Kind of interesting, yes. But I was about a mile from my car, and when I got ready to leave, the desert, with the heat that gets down on you, starts playing tricks on you and your mind, and before you know it, oh my God, and I was the same way. I was lost. What do I do? What do I do? And I kind of got a little scared, but I did the first principle. I stopped, and I calmed my mind down. And when I did that, I was able to think and observe and plan. Now, if you want to know how I got out of that, you're going to have to wait until the video next week, because I'll tell you the next thing I did to help me getting out of being lost in the desert like I was. It was a very dangerous situation, and if I didn't make the right steps, that one simple thing that I did could have cost me my life. So, My name is Matt, and this is Peg, and this is Panama Jack. Panama Jack is our adventurer, and he's kind of our support. He agrees with all this. And so we want to encourage all of you, whether you're dealing with a situation at home, maybe you are out in the woods and you're trying to make a decision, or you don't know what to do, or you're trying to decide what's the best way to hike safely, or you could be in depression. There's really many reasons why we can be in depression. And don't forget, we have the top 10 causes of depression. But I want to just encourage you that when you don't know what to do in anything that you're doing, stop. And stop is the first of the 4 principles of being safe when outdoors. And since the bears want to be outdoors, we had to teach them some safety skills. And the first thing that they wanted me to teach them was how to think when we're outdoors, because you have to think about what you're doing, no matter what you're doing, to stay safe. Once again, this is Matt. This is Peg, Panama Jack. Remember, our scripture is Proverbs 16:9, which means that we design in our hearts the way that we go, but the Lord will guide our steps. And don't forget today's scripture, which was, I'll say it again for you, Proverbs 19:27. Cease, my son, to hear from the instruction that causes to err from the words of knowledge, which means to cease your mind from hearing voices that may be distracting you from the truth and the knowledge of the truth. Remember, be safe, be smart, have a purpose, and make God a purpose in your life. You have a good day.